you're going to be successful in anything in business, the preparation you put into anything is the most important part of it. And something that we've always focused on here at Sell Well is making sure you have an incredible pre-listing kit before you go on any listing presentation. And so today I want to walk you through exactly how to put it together, some timing behind sending it out, what needs to go in it, and how to get the best effect from it when you're using it as part of your listing process. So before we get started, I'm Aaron Hodson. I'm the CEO of Sell Well Inc. And this is taking you through the most effective strategy we have, which is the pre-listing process, guaranteed to close lots more listings. The first impression is the most important thing for me. And I mean, I use this throughout my entire career, and it gave me a lot more confidence as well. Knowing that something really impressive was already there before I showed up just gave me that first impression that a lot of other agents didn't have. Pre-listing kit, like I said, this is not a cheaply printed thing that you're going to print in your office, you send to the client, very underwhelming. I want a little bit of shock factor when I send this out. So this here is a perfect example of what a good pre-listing box would look like, fully customizable. I want it, when they open it, to be like a Christmas gift. When they open it up, lots of good information inside it. And for me, it's more of the touchy-feely stuff. The content and the information we put inside is to give them a good impression of who you are before you show up. A couple little do's and don'ts. Number one thing I don't want you to do is put anything in this that can create objections. So I do not like people putting things into their pre-listing kit with comps, comparable properties, things that can create questions or objections around pricing. This needs to be a complete example of who you are as an agent. That's really what it is. It's how do I get to know the person who's coming over to have a look at my biggest asset, and I want to get to know who you are a lot better. So number one thing that I'd always put in my pre-listing kit is my personal profile. A little bit about me, how to get to know me, who I am, where I come from, my history. And when I talk about a personal profile, I'm not talking about a one-page bio of I grew up in the local neighborhood and this is who I am, my passion for real estate. I'm talking about really getting to know you. A personal profile for me needs to really open up the personality of who you are. You can have your values, you can have your workflow process, you can have testimonials in it, pictures of your family. I don't care how far you go with it. It's about creating trust and letting people understand exactly who you are. So first thing that's always going to go in there is my personal profile. Second thing I love to put in is a company profile. If you work for a well-known brand and they've got a great breakdown of the history of the company, that's also another great document to put in there. Something new we just created recently was a welcome document about getting to understand the true value of having a realtor. We used to use buyers and sellers guides. I actually don't enjoy that. I feel like we should be a bit more of all-encompassing. As a realtor, we're happy to cover every single thing that you need, whether you're selling or buying. So I'd actually give you a bit of advice at the moment. Make sure people understand you're a realtor that can help them with whatever they're trying to do. I highly recommend you put something in there that shows your expertise right across the entire real estate sort of operational side of things. Then I'd also like to put a few fillers in there. So I'd put some marketing flyers of homes that had sold that were in the same sort of price point. And that's more to give them an idea of the style of marketing that I do. So I'd have some, you said these cool little sold stickers I'd put on it. So I'm giving them the understanding that I'd sold a lot of homes. So I'd put a sold sticker on it. And also being very aware and listening on the phone when you're setting up the appointment was really important for me as well. So if I heard dogs barking in the background, I'd put some dog treats in. If I knew they had kids, I used to run a monthly coloring in competition. I'd stick that in there as well with a little note saying, hey, if your kids would like to join our competition, have them fill this out, take a photo of it and send it in. So I'm really showing you a lot of personality. And I think one of the coolest things we can do in this business is really break that realtor-client relationship and have them understand they're actually meeting with a real person who cares about what they're trying to do. And I found that really set the process up well for me. So whatever you put in these, the most important part is it's got to be super high quality. I do find that a pre-listing kit is incredible for removing objections. I found the more energy that I put into it, the less sort of tough questions that ask me about how long you've been in real estate, what sort of marketing you do. Because if you give me something cheap, poor quality, I'm going to ask you how much you do, what sort of effort you put into marketing. If I really go overboard with this, it kind of eliminates that. And if I can give you a complete breakdown of my entire business, things that I do, company that I work for, it shows a lot of professionalism and history in the business as well. The delivery method of it is even more important than the actual box, because I think when this shows up, you still need to be absolutely top of mind. And a lot of people do this in different variations, but I had a courier on call. So if I had somebody call me today and said, hey, Aaron, we're thinking about selling our home, and I booked the appointment for tomorrow afternoon at 4:00. If I knew they were at home, I'm generally going to go fishing for the question. But if I said, oh, you're at home right now? If they said yes, within an hour, I'm going to have that delivered to their front doorstep. And I want you to really listen to this because this is the most critical part of it. I will have this delivered to your front doorstep. I'm not telling you it's coming. I'll have it couriered, have them drop it off on the front doorstep, and then I'm going to send you a text saying, hey Justine, great talking to you. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I just had something dropped off on your front doorstep so you can get to know me a little bit better, and I'll see you tomorrow. Talk about stay top of mind. Now, everybody else that comes in before I show up has got to level up to my standard before they show up. There is also a nice little cover letter, which I make it a little bit more official, which is, Justine, was great talking to you. Really looking forward to sitting down with you and discussing the sale of your home. Here's a little bit of information about me. Get to know me a little bit better. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Professional cover letter. Follow that up with a text. And trust me, when you show up tomorrow at 4 o'clock for that listing appointment, they're going to be looking forward to seeing you. And a little side note, when this was originally being designed many, many years ago, I couldn't get my head around the size of the box and all the energy that was going into it. And me being a typical salesperson thought it was way over the top. One of the things I did learn is if you're the only agent doing this and there's multiple agents going into the listing appointment, they're all bringing their information, where do you think it ends up? Inside your box with your brand on it, so your name always stays top of the pile. So there's a lot more benefits than just a pre-listing kit. Also becomes a storage for everybody else's information, and your brand stays top of mind. And I think we're in a great opportunity right now to really elevate what we provide for our clients. This would be your first step. You know, we all know that listings are the survival rate of our business. It's a security getting paid, greatest marketing opportunity for your business. Put a little bit of effort into it. You can construct these at a pretty low cost. This is a guaranteed way to really improve your close ratio when you're doing listing appointments. So pre-listing kit, one of the most effective things you'll ever do. It was one of the most critical things in my sales career. 60 odd transactions a month. I will say this was one of the most critical things to ensuring that I got that success. So if you got some value out of it, love to try your own. Get creative, do something a little bit different, but make sure you put some personality, keep it super high quality, and this will be absolutely one of the most fundamental parts of your listing strategy moving forward.